Last week on the show, we broke some big news for early childhood education here in the Low Country. The Children's Museum of the Low Country is opening up a preschool this fall, and right now we've got all the details. President and CEO Karen Coltrane is here to tell you how you can enroll your child. Hello.
Yeah, hello. Thank you for having me.
Great to have you back. Last week we got a little bit of a preview of this.
You did, and you got to meet Kevin, who's been, I've been trying to get him over here, so that worked out really well.
He did awesome.
He is, yeah. But for people who know our museum educators, like I said, he's a rock star with a fan club, as is Misty as well, our other downtown educator. But we are kind of leveraging off their really deep skill set. Like he mentioned, he's been at the museum for over a decade. Misty has that much time or more in early childhood and 3 years with us. And so we really, this was kind of an inside idea that we felt like that, you know, there was room in the market. We had talked to South Carolina First Steps, who was like, please, the more preschool seats that can be in the area, because there just aren't that many. So we will be enrolling 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds. So if you have them at home and you'd like a half day that kind of really incorporates play. So I know we want children enjoying their learning, not necessarily being in like a super structure, but enough structure that keeps the fun in it, but gets them ready for school. So when you get to kindergarten, they'll have the skill set.
I mean, I would trust you to teach anybody at this point. You guys have an incredible team.
We do.
And what a fun environment to learn in as well.
Well, that's what we wanted to leverage. And a lot of children's museums are looking at this as an option because, you know, our slower times are actually during the school year because the older children go back to school, and so it's a great time. The museum's not as busy during the school year, during the day, and so it's a wonderful time to really use those resources of the museum and let children do the deep exploration that you don't necessarily always get on a family visit, and guided. You know, we've talked about guided play before, so we get to do that with our own expertise on staff. Your child gets exposed to that, which we think is exciting and we think is going to move a needle for kids.
What other information should parents know right now as they're starting to, you know, talk about where they should enroll their child this fall? What else should they know about that?
Well, I mean, first of all, you've got to think about what makes sense for you as far as your family and dropping off and picking up. You want to be able to be convenient for that, obviously. We are downtown, so, you know, I don't expect to see families from, you know, St. George being downtown or wherever, but unless they work there. So there may be, you know, some helpful things there. But when I was in this market, I looked for convenience. You just have to. And then after that, within your sphere of where you can go that works for your family, look for something that is, you know, play-based. Because at this age, again, there's all this temptation in the world to take the school curriculum and push it down into younger ages. And what we've talked about a million times is that play-based learning really serves children through about the age of 8. By your learning to read, everything you're doing gets you ready to read. By 9, by fourth grade, you're reading to learn. Your brain has made that shift and you're at another developmental level. So we really honor that early childhood pedagogy of play-based learning. It can look like fun from the outside, and it should be fun, but that's how children learn and explore. And what we want is an environment, and you should walk in and talk to the people involved. Always, please do that when you're picking a preschool. And we're going to have an open house. It's on our website for families to be able to come and talk to us and have one-on-one, you know, or 4-on-1, or however many people are there. It's a little open house before registration opens on June 30. So watch our website for that. But and if you go on our website, you can just we have preschool listed as an option. You just click it, and everything you would need to know is right there. But I encourage families to really think about something like this. And we went with a half day, which again is kind of signaling we're not there for daycare. This is really education at this level, and we want to be world class in this. So we want the children that come to our program, we'll be pre and post testing. We want to make sure that, you know, the developmental milestones are being met and exceeded. Again, our goal is laser focus. focused on these children will be more than ready when they start kindergarten, behaviorally, socially, academically, all the ways we want kids ready to learn.
Yeah, and everything that you guys have been doing has led up to this moment, all the incredible programming that you guys have had, all the learning that goes on in that museum every single day. Congratulations again on this
Thank
new
you.
chapter. You heard Karen. Head over to the website to learn a little bit more about that open house, and registration starts at the end of June, so start marking your calendar for that. I'm guessing that's going to go pretty quick.
Yep, that's right. I hope so.
Definitely. Karen, thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, guys, later on in the show, we've got Donuts live here in studio. You're not going to want to miss that. So excited.
Yeah.